So Fox News alerted a major blow to President Biden's plan to pay off millions in student loans as two federal judges blocked part of the plan that would have cost taxpayers $160 billion. Fox News contributor and law professor Jonathan Turley is here to react. So, Jonathan, to have two courts come out swinging against this, what does it mean?
This is a big blow. Both of these judges said that the president had just lost in front of the Supreme Court 6-3 on student loans. And they said this doesn't improve it much. They decided to switch horses, essentially, and they're arguing that under the Higher Education Act, this is different from when they were using the HEROES Act. And these courts saying it's not that different. That is, you're still trying to do something that I don't see any evidence that Congress gave you authority to do. And this is a massive cancellation of debt for the country. And these judges said that's a major question. Now, the fact that they used those words is important because the Supreme Court has said that when you have a major question or an issue that has to be decided by an agency and they just suddenly come up with a new answer like this one rather conveniently, they impose a higher burden on you. And so this is likely going to the Supreme Court, but he could follow up the earlier laws. And it also counteracts the sort of narrative when he says, look, if you want to protect the Constitution, then I'm the guy. The president has been repeatedly found to have acted unconstitutionally.
So this brings me to the next topic. So the court has made it very clear where they stand on this. He continues to push it. Now we're on day 3 of the special counsel going to Judge Cannon asking for another gag order. Now, the judge has been pretty clear about gag orders and where she stands on it. What are they doing here?
You know, this is the problem I personally believe that Jack Smith has grappled with his whole career, and that is he has a serious problem of restraints. And, you know, he follows Oscar Wilde's rule that that nothing succeeds like excess. And he goes to the limit. He was reversed by the Supreme Court unanimously in one case. And this is another example. He's asking to gag the leading presidential candidate in an election year from criticizing his own department. Now, that is so far afield from what the purpose of a gag order is. It's so outside the navigational beacons. It's really disturbing. And I don't blame Smith. I blame Attorney General Garland.
Yeah.
This is when you pick up
him.
Yeah, and also this is when you pick up the phone and say, listen, Jack, that we don't do that. Okay, we don't gag people to keep them from criticizing us. That's not the point here.
And it's against the policy as well, real quickly, because we got to get to your book. But do you think they're trying to get something in the record to get, I guess, reverse or something? Because Judge Cannon has been clear, but they keep going back to him. What is the play there? Because she was appointed by Trump.
Well, Cannon has been hit with vicious attacks.
You're right.
And she has ruled actually for and against both sides.
Right.
She's been very fair here. And yeah, I think that he's trying to poison the well, but it won't work.
Let's talk about your new book, The Indispensable Right, Free Speech in an Age of Rage. It's out. Tell us about the book.
You know, this book is 30 years in the making. I've written for 30 years as a law professor and litigated in this area. But I really wanted a way to put together a book that not only talked about the anti-free speech movement that we're experiencing, but also how we can get out of this. There is a movement sweeping the country and in higher education. There are law professors arguing that we need to rewrite the First Amendment, that free speech is harmful. We're raising a generation of speech phobics. And we're returning to a debate we had at the beginning of our republic. I say in this book that Joe Biden may be the most anti-free speech president since John Adams. And there are many similarities here, and they're disturbing.
You've been very clear on where you stand on this free speech debate. You should get the book, Jonathan Turley's The Indispensable Right. It's out right now. Go get it. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thanks, Lawrence.
Appreciate it, brother.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.